Less than 1% of South Africa's vast coastline has been declared marine protected areas or MPAs. Whilst the country has some of the most progressive laws in terms of conservation on the continent, the coastal and deep water environment must receive greater attention. During National Marine Week, which ends on Monday, the SANParks is on a drive to create greater awareness around the issue. Today is also International African Penguin Awareness Day.
SANParks manages 4 of South Africa's 23 marine protected areas. This includes the Table Mountain National Park Marine Protected Area, a stretch of 138-kilometre coastline and 1,000 square kilometres of the sea. It protects over 40% of the species found along the Western Cape, and without rangers, its status as an MPA would be pointless.
It's commonly mistaken that our job out there is to arrest, is to fine, but that is not actually the case. We're just there to help create awareness and to try and minimize the offences we find. So if we out in the field and we see something that's happening, we will go first trying to educate and explain before we have to go any other route.
South Africa's coastline stretches over more than 2,500 kilometres. Within its marine protected areas, there are no-take zones. These serve as vital breeding and nursery grounds for marine species under threat, such as abalone. Plans are afoot to declare 21 more MPAs.
It's been identified for a long time that there is a need to increase the size of the protected areas. The medium-term goals are 5 to 10%, and then the longer-term goals, which is in an international level, is 30%.
MPAs are home to iconic species such as the African penguin. In a decade, their numbers in the wild declined to such an extent that they were reclassified in 2010 on the red list of threatened species from vulnerable to endangered. Boulders Beach is one of 8 major colonies in South Africa, which is part of the Table Mountain National Park MPA. There are fears that the species could become extinct in the near future.
If we have extinction of species, not only the African penguin but others as well, we ourselves are putting ourselves at the risk of becoming extinct, because those are our natural resources, our food sources. At the end of the day, we all interact within this ecosystem, so we are not an entity on our own. We all need to coexist in this ecosystem. We are part of it. We're not superior to it.
The ocean generates 30% of all oxygen on Earth, and each creature, big and small, plays a role in its ecosystem, making humans dependent on its entire well-being. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Boulders Beach, Simonstown.